right, in this video, we're going to cover basic parametric equations. We're going to go over how to graph based on a parameter. So now, for the most part, we're going to use time as our parameter. So what we can do is we can find the x value and the y value at a specific moment in time. We can also do parametric equations with theta, which we will do an example of that later. But for right now, we're going to use t as our parameter. So the first one is asking you to graph. So I'm going to make a chart. So let's say t is equal to, and on the AP exam, I think they always give you sort of the constraints to where, what t is, either between two values or greater than or equal to 0, maybe greater than or equal to 1. For this one, I chose t is equal to 1, 2, 5, and 10, 1, 2, 5, and 10. And then I'm going to figure out what x is and y is at each of those moments in time. So I'm just going to plug in. So when I plug in the 1, I get 0. And when I plug 1 in, I get 3. Okay, and then at 2, we're going to get 1 and 4. At 5, I get 2 and 7. And at 10, I get 3 and 12. So all I'm doing is taking this t value, plugging it into the x component, plugging it into the y component. Okay, so at t equals 1, my point is at 0, 3. So I'm just going to go up and make a graph like this. And then at t equals 2, I'm at 1, 4. And then at t equals 5, I'm at 2, 7. And I'm just going to stop there. So I have a graph that looks like that, and then I'm going to add direction to it. So my graph started, my start point was 0, 3. So since this was my starting point, and this was my next point, I'm moving in this direction here. Okay, so that's one way to do it, is just to make a chart and plot some points, and that would be fine. Another way you could do it is you could eliminate the parameter. Okay, so what we could do here is we could maybe say, let's say I said x is equal to t minus 1. So I say x squared is equal to t minus 1, or t is equal to x squared plus 1. Okay, so that would be one way to do it. Now what I could do is I can plug in for t into the other equation. So we know that y is equal to t plus 2, but we know that t is equal to x squared plus 1. So we're going to get y equals, so then I'm going to plug in here. So plug that for that. So x squared plus 1 plus 2, we get y equals x squared plus 3. So this is algebraically. So now I could say to myself, well, this is a parabola that goes up, opens upwards. It's shifted up 3 units, which is what I have. Okay, the only difference would be, so if you just drew this graph, we'd have the second part to it, right? Like that. But depending on what they're asking, I feel like I left something off. I believe this should have had this on it. So what you would have to do is figure out the starting point to this. So I would plug in values, t is greater than or equal to 1. And the reason it's restricted here is because of the square root, right? You wouldn't pick anything less than 1. You couldn't be 0 in this particular case. So we could at least make the conclusion that t has to be greater than or equal to 1. So you would want to plug in 1 just to get the starting point. So if I plugged in 1, I would get 0, 3, like that. So that would tell me that when I graph it, that's my first point, and then maybe get the second point. But we know it has to go to the right because of this constraint here we have here. But you can plug in another point to get the direction, okay? All right, second one. Again, I made a chart. So we have t, and then I did, so negative 2 to 3. So negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then x, y, and then I've got, so I plugged in to the x component to the y component, so you get 1, negative 4, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, 0, negative 2, 2, 1, 4, and then 6 and 6. So again, I went ahead and I graphed it. So we're starting at 1, negative 4. So that's my start point. 2, 3, 4. So I'm starting this way. And then, so -2, -2 is like that. -3, 0. -2, +2. So I'm feeling I'm getting a sideways parabola here. 1, 4. And then 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe about there. If that's perfect, but we're starting there and we're going in that direction. Okay, so again, this would be my start. So we could add in our arrows to say that we're going in that direction. Okay, so that is by using a table. If I wanted to eliminate it via algebra, right, we could say y equals 2t. So t is equal to 1/2 y. So I'm going to plug it into the other equation. So we have x equals t squared minus 3. So x equals 1/2 y squared minus 3. So I get x equals 1/4 y squared minus 3. And then if we were to graph this, this would be, it's y squared, right? So it's a sideways parabola, 1/4, makes it a little bit fatter, and then -3 shifts it to the left because it's a y parabola, so it's going left and right. All right, this one I solved using, no, I did a table. I take it back. So I did use a table for this one. So let's complete the table here. We got t and then x and y. So I plugged in 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. So we've got 5, -1, 3, 2, 1, -1, 3, -4, and then 5, -1. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and graph. So 5, -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. Then we've got 3, 2, like that. And then I've got 1, -1, so like that. And then I've got 3, -4, 1, 2, like here. And then I've got 5, -1 again. All right, so it looks like we have an ellipse. So we started here, we went this way. So like that, and like that. Like that, okay? So once it starts in one direction, it continues in that direction. That's one thing to make note of. All right, so let's eliminate the parameter. So for this one, we have sine and cosine. So I'm going to use the identity. So it's going to be sine squared of x, or t in this case, sine squared of t, plus cosine squared of t equals 1. Okay? Now, we know that x is equal to 3 plus 2 cosine of t, and then y is equal to -1 plus 3 sine of t. So here I'm going to not solve, but I want to get the cosine isolated. So x minus 3 equals 2 cosine of t, and then x minus 3 over 2 equals cosine of t. So I can take that and plug that into our equation up here, okay? And then this one would be y plus 1 over 3 equals the sine of t. So now I'm going to plug it into the equation. So we're going to get x minus 3. I don't know why I did cosine first, but I did cosine first. So x minus 3 over 2 squared, and then y plus 1, I guess because of x and y, 3 squared equals 1, like that, okay? So then I just go ahead and, I guess, square it. It looks like it's going to be an ellipse, because this really becomes x minus 3 squared over 4, and then y plus 1 squared over 9 equals 1. So then again, this gives me a better idea of what my graph should look like. So it is helpful to be familiar with your conics, okay? So my center here is 3, -1. And then from there, we just go ahead and we could plot points, I guess, if we wanted to. But you'd still need to determine the direction, okay? So 3, -1, you'd start with, which Yeah, so 3, -1 is the center. But then you would need to find points on, so 1, 2, 3. So that's my center. And then we could do the A and the B. We know it's going to be longer on the y-axis because it's underneath the y. So you're going to go up 3 on the y and then out 2 on the x. But again, you need to find your start point and then maybe the next point to determine the direction. So probably the chart is the better way to do it, but I think it is very helpful to have in mind what the figure should actually be. So in this case, we'd say an ellipse, but again, we need to determine the direction. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions.